4 secrets to successful discovery calls. The first of these 4 secrets, the worst time to think about what you're going to say is the moment you're saying it. You hear common objections all the time. So why wait until someone gives you the objection to figure out how to address it? In the moment, you're trying to come up with something, you're trying to think of the best response, but how much better would it feel if you had actually thought ahead of time about what types of objections might come up in this conversation today? How can I be prepared so that I feel confident that I know how to handle anything that comes my way? Now, tip 2 is all about curiosity. I want you to approach every conversation in your life, not just your discovery calls, but every conversation from that space of curiosity. Because what happens is come with such certainty the conversation that you end up making assumptions and almost sounding ignorant if you don't have context, if you don't have a full understanding. Let's say somebody were to ask you in a conversation, you're on a discovery call, and they say, wow, this all sounds great. When could we get started working together? Let's get curious for a minute. First of all, why are they asking that question? Because they're interested. Well, instead of jumping into an answer, why don't you find out what the best time is for them? And the third tip for successful discovery calls is to build empathy. And here's why it's important to build empathy. People do things for their reasons, not yours. And your job is to understand the need behind the need. What's actually going on in that person's life that makes them have motivation to change? Because until you uncover the true motivation, you don't have a sale. Let me give you an example. I had a client a couple of years ago who she was a weight loss coach, and she had a woman who was interested in working with her. And the woman said, I want to lose weight. I have 25 pounds to lose. And my client came to me and said, oh my gosh, we had a great first call. She wasn't ready to make a decision, so we put it off. She told me she wants to lose weight. She's the perfect ideal client for me. I said, why does she want to lose the weight? And my client said, because she wants to lose weight. She told me she has 25 pounds to lose. I said, yeah, why does she want to lose it? She goes, because she wants to lose the weight. I said, no, there's a reason, and you have to find it. And so I coached my client on how she should handle the next call with this potential client. I said, you've got to uncover the reason. Here's the questions you want to use. We did some role play together, she and I, so that she could be prepared for it. And then ultimately she went into the next conversation and she dug a little bit by asking the questions. This woman didn't want to just lose the weight. Surprise. She wanted to lose it because she didn't have the energy to play with her grandkids. She was very easily worn out. She felt tired all the time. And all she could really do was sit in her backyard and watch her grandkids play. And then she was crying real tears. And she signed up right there on the call with my client because my client had uncovered the why, the reason why that woman would want to lose the weight and make that change. Your job is to help them get to that feeling state, to feel into the reason why they want to make that change. People always make decisions from feeling first. Now, the 4th tip for successful discovery calls is the person in control of the conversation is the person asking the questions. And you want to have these questions ready ahead of time that you can use to guide somebody through the experience that you need them to have in order to understand that there is a problem, feel the connection to why they want to do something about the problem, and then ultimately helping them move into understanding why they want to buy something from you. But it feels like the natural next step for them, because they've shared where they're at. They've shared why they want this help. They've shared why they don't want to be where they are anymore. And they shared that because you asked good questions to reveal that information, to gain that context. That context is where you get the courage to ask for the business. And you really don't even have to ask. It's the natural next step once you've earned the right to make that recommendation. And ultimately, your success in life is in direct correlation to the number of times you ask for what you want. Sometimes this means asking for the business on a discovery call. Sometimes this means asking somebody to get on a discovery call. Sometimes this means asking somebody if they want support with the thing that they've complained about to you endlessly. But at any stage of your conversation with somebody, having the courage to ask questions is how you are going to build the relationship and move things in a direction that's best for everyone. And hey, if you're looking for some more help with your discovery calls, why don't you check out my How to Improve Your Discovery Calls in 12 Minutes video, or you could also check out one of my many videos that share with you great questions to use in your discovery call process.